Hello once again. Welcome to the news on SBC. At the moment, there are 1,233 active COVID-19 cases in the country. 32% of the number of cases are from Praslin and La Digue, with 336 cases recorded on Praslin and 54 on La Digue. Of the 12,158 cases recorded, 10,883 have recovered and 42 deaths has been recorded. There are 19 patients admitted in the Isolation and Treatment Center at the Family Hospital in Perseverance. 17 patients are admitted to the new Isolation and Treatment Center facility at Coast Guard, and 31 are admitted at the Ile du Souet Isolation Facility. These figures were presented by the Public Health Commissioner, Dr. Jude Gédéon, and the CEO for the Health Care Agency, Dr. Danny Louange, in the weekly press conference this afternoon. Concerning vaccination, 70,653 persons have taken their first dose, which represent 72% of the total population, and 65,873 have taken their first and second dose, which represent 67% of the population who are now fully vaccinated. However, Dr. Gédéon says that some people who have taken their first dose of the Covishield vaccine did not come forward for their second dose, and this has resulted in the Covishield vaccine being expired.
This is why there's a special call for people who have taken their first dose of Sinopharm. If they have reached the time for the second dose, please do go to the vaccine station to take the second dose. We also have close to 500 people who have taken the first dose of Sputnik. They'll be due for the second dose very soon. So I call on this group of people as well to respect their appointment and go for the second dose. Vaccine, as has been said globally, none of the vaccines available protect you 100% against getting infected. But what we know that it does, is to protect you against severe disease in most cases, and certainly what we've seen in Seychelles, it has protected us, people from dying from COVID-19. We're not saying that nobody who's taken the vaccine would ever die of COVID-19, but it would be the exception.
And it's World Environment Day tomorrow, and the theme chosen by the United Nations this year is ecosystem restoration. The minister responsible for the environment, Flavien Joubert, says that as islanders, the people of Seychelles recognize the need to restore the health of the ecosystems. He said the government has been working with NGOs and the private sector on various restoration activities. Minister Joubert noted in his message that already significant positive changes are happening. According to Central Bank, the country lost $3.9 million last year. This is because people were buying more foreign exchange than what was being sold to financial institutions. The governor of Central Bank said that demands stems from hotels importing their stocks for the increase in tourists and online shopping that has also increased due to the low price of dollars. Governor Carolina Bell warned that the economy is still recovering and that we may lose financial resources collected since economic activities have started to increase. Meanwhile, there are indications that the price of food and oil on the international market may increase in the near future due to increase in demands after the economy of a few countries have been restored. The central bank will be following these developments that will have an impact on the local market. In other news, the chairman of the SBC board, Gérard Lafortune, has asked President Waverl Ramkalwan for his government's support in giving SBC more autonomy in the way it manages its budget. In a meeting this morning at State House with the president from Kalawan, the board told the president that financial autonomy will help SBC management to give more incentives to its staff. Mr. Lafortune says that SBC remains an autonomous organization, but it is important to establish a working relationship with the executive, which remains one of its major partners.
The meeting was at the request of the SBC board because back in January 2019, we had a meeting at the invitation of the former president to discuss and dialogue and basically understand the position of the SBC and the executive with regards to the work that both sides does. And we wanted to present with the new administration, and particularly with the president and his vice president who has portfolio for information, the work which we have done, this board has done over the last 2.5 years, and to try and have some continuity in the targets and objectives that SBC is pursuing in delivering its mandate to the people of Seychelles. This government will provide support to SBC where it can, where it is possible, with respect to financing for critical projects. We know that the country is in a severe economic crisis now, and we cannot expect much funding, but there are certain critical projects that require funding, and if that is not available, it would mean a deterioration of the service that we are providing. So we've got certain commitments on that. We have certain commitments on, for example, to allow SBC a bit more financial autonomy within the envelope of the funding which has been approved by the National Assembly, to allow it to use its funding where it deems appropriate without having to get necessarily permission from other external bodies. We are very happy overall that we have established this understanding, this communication, to ensure continuity in the work that we do, seeing that the executive is one of the main stakeholders of SBC.
More news coming up at 8. I do hope you will join me then. Good evening.